Welcome to this short introduction to the work of Wilhelmina Barnes-Graham. Born in St Andrews in 1912, Wilhelmina Barnes-Graham became a core member of the group of modern artists in St Ives in the 1940s to 1960s. In different ways, these artists pursued a nature-based abstraction as an art of renewal after the Second World War. Working over an incredible 7 decades, across both abstraction and naturalism, gestural and hard-edged styles, her work has been difficult to summarise, but at heart she remained a romantic artist for whom nature was an endless source of fascination. Following an extended period as a student at Edinburgh College of Art, Wilhelmina, or Willie as she was known, arrived in St Ives in 1940, aged 27, and quickly joined the circle of avant-garde artists Ben Nicholson, Barbara Hepworth and Noam Gabbo, who had taken refuge in Cornwall at the outbreak of war. Like her peers, she was inspired by these older artists and drew on their work to develop her own abstract visual language. As a woman painter, she occupied a unique position in St Ives modernism. Over the years, and while others departed, St Ives remained her home. The story of her life and career is bound up with St Ives, how she absorbed its ideas and influences and grappled with its internal machinations and rivalries to forge her own path. During a trip to Switzerland in 1949, she encountered the awe-inspiring Grindelwald Glacier, and this resulted in an extraordinary body of work that marked her shift towards abstraction and preference for the golden section as a structure for her images. In these works, she drew on Darcy Wentworth Thompson's mathematical theories of organic growth that explain the patterns underlying natural form and regeneration. She internalized these ideas as part of her worldview and understanding of nature. The Glacier series of over 30 paintings and additional works on paper represented her first attempt to translate her experience of the world through a sophisticated process of abstraction. Paring down landscape forms through an investigation of nature's invisible internal structures and forces became a subject and method of working that defined her output at this time. Her attraction to sculptural forms in nature, for example in places such as Formentera, Orkney and Lanzarote, endured throughout her life. By the mid-1950s, Willie was feted as Britain's leading woman abstract painter. Her association with the St Ives phenomenon clearly helped her growing reputation. However, having thought of herself as one of the boys, she soon realised that as a woman she wasn't taken as seriously by her male colleagues. In the 1960s, for various reasons, her work fell out of favour. The breakup of her marriage to David Lewis in 1963 was a devastating blow. This personal crisis, combined with the eclipse of St Ives as an internationally recognised avant-garde, left her feeling isolated. And for several decades she then turned to the objective discipline of a mathematically based abstraction, perhaps as a refuge from stronger emotions. But she remained ambivalent towards making art devoid of feeling. In her most systems-based works, she explored relationships, the impact of one element on another. And during the 1960s and 70s, she also fully explored colour as a material and its relationship to form. Drawing was always an important part of her work. Through observational drawing, she made phenomenological researches into nature's internal dynamics and rhythms. Her attraction to sculptural forms in nature endured, as seen in remarkable drawings made in Italy, Formentera, Orkney and Lanzarote. After about 1950, her naturalistic drawings seemed to relate less directly, if at all, to her paintings, but observational drawing remained integral to her process. Forms and sensations experienced and felt through drawing in nature later emerged from memory in her abstract work. In the 1980s, then in her 70s, having reached an impasse with mathematically constructed works, Willie experienced a breakthrough, enjoying a period of heightened creativity that continued until her death in 2004. For her, the late works represented a letting go, or letting rip, as she put it. In this late phase, proportional structures were used to support brushstrokes of exuberant colour, and these became the dominant subject of her painting. Finally, it seems, she allowed her unique experience of colour to take centre stage. Building on earlier colour experiments, the late paintings and prints celebrated her unique colour perceptions. Willie experienced synesthesia, a neurological condition that connects normally distinct senses. She associated colour with people, places, numbers and letters, with a particular emphasis on word and colour relationships. For her, the subtlety of each colour association held an emotional value. In 2001, she stated, "Now I am at the stage of urgency. My theme is celebration of life, joy, the importance of colour, form, space and texture." Immersive fields of blue recur in her later works, suggesting Cornwall's sea and sky, also evoking a spiritual mood. Reflecting on her career in the 1990s, Willie referred to herself as a lone wolf, never quite fitting in. This persona may have helped her deal with the deep sense of rejection she felt from the 1960s onwards, when she disappeared from a central narrative of British modern art. But in some respects, Lone Wolf accurately describes her modus operandi. She succeeded in pursuing the artist life on her own terms at a time when few women managed to achieve this.